Hey everyone, welcome to another Pokemon Masters video. Since the release of N Anniversary 2021 and Reshiram, I think it's about time that we do a comparison between Reshiram and Zekrom in Pokemon Masters EX. The last time I've done a comparison video was between Signasuit Red and his Charizard versus Leon and his Charizard. So if you are curious about that comparison, go ahead and check that out after this video, and you can look through the comparison within my channel. And so let's talk about N and Zekrom before we get into the stats and the moves and the gameplay for each of these. But N and Zekrom, right? They first released the Pokemon Masters as a Pokefair. And so, in order for you to get N and Zekrom, it would have to be a Pokefair banner. Reshiram, belonging to Anniversary 2021, and is currently a Master Fair Scout. So they're going to be here until the 30th of September. So looking at the current stats between both, let's look at Zekrom's stats first. Okay, so we can see that Zekrom has an HP of 711 with the attack stat of 454. Defense and special defense are both 197. At special attack 376 and speed 244. This is N and Zekrom at level 140, which is the current max stat, and this is in EX, so giving all 20 5-star potentials to N and Zekrom. Next up, we have N Anniversary 2021 and Reshiram. The HP for this sync pair is 706, with the attack stat of 294. Special attack is also 294. Both the defense and special defense are at 216, and the speed is at 357 at level 140. This is also a 6-star EX sync pair. So you can see that there are differences between the stats. N and Zekrom have a much higher stat in terms of attack and special attack compared to Reshiram, and yet the defenses for Reshiram are higher than N. The speed between both of these sync pairs, you can see that Reshiram beats Zekrom, and regarding their HP, they're somewhat around the 700. So just the only difference is N's Zekrom is basically 5 higher than Reshiram's HP, but they're pretty much generally in the same area. Alright, so let's talk about their passive skills. Okay, so we're gonna head to passive skills and go into their moves. So let's start off by looking at N and Zekrom's passive skill. So he has 3 passive skills. Entry freebie first starts off by saying it applies the free move next effect to the user when it enters a battle. So you throw out Zekrom into the battle, you get a free move next effect without having to worry about move gauge. It also has sync freebie. It applies the free move next effect to the user after using its sync move. So once you use Zekrom's sync move, you will also have the free move next effect, and you don't have to worry about using up the move gauge bar. And lastly, it has piercing blows, which grants all of the following effects when the user is attacking with a move or sync move. Ignores passive skills that would reduce the damage of attacks, ignores passive skills that would protect the target against a critical hit, and ignores the target's enduring effect. Now, going into N and Zekrom's moves, we'll start off with the trainer. Ideals will prevail. So Ideals will prevail, which you will see in the gameplay, raises the user's speed by 2 stat ranks. It raises the user's accuracy by 1 stat rank, which is great for Bolt Strike, and lowers the user's defense by 1 stat rank. When the user does not have a sync buff, it also applies the super effective next effect to the user. So that's quite important to note. You want to use Ideals will prevail before the sync buff. Now, it also has a trainer move X attack, raising the user's attack by 2 stat ranks, and 2 available moves. So let's start off with Outrage. It leaves the user confused and has the power of 120, accuracy 100, and targets one opponent with 3 move gauge bars being used. So I would suggest having, if you don't want to be confused, using Outrage and you want to continue that, a lucky skill would definitely be something like Clear-Headed or Lessen Confusion 9, which is what I currently have on my Zekrom because of a Synchron Tile Confusion boon, which you know, you can look that up, but it won't be discussed here because of the comparison between both Zekrom and Reshiram. So moving on, Bolt Strike. Basically has a 20% chance of leaving the target paralyzed. This has 198 power with the accuracy of 85 with the use of 4 move gauge bars. So that's going to be the power of Bolt Strike and Outrage. Theme skills, just because theme skills have been something that, you know, has been added a while ago. We have Electric, Unova, Rival, Villain, and Unova Adventurer, which can be maxed to level 4 and for extra stat boost. Okay, so that was all about N and Zekrom. We're going to go straight into Reshiram. There are 4 passive skills. One is called the Unova Flag Bearer, which basically powers up the moves of all allied sync pairs by 10%. It reduces attack move damage taken by all allied sync pairs by 20%. The more allied sync pairs with a Unova theme you have on your team, the higher these percentages are. Each additional sync pair powers up moves by 10% and reduces damage by 3%. The maximum power up is 30% and the maximum damage reduction is 26%. So that is the Mastiff Fair passive skill, Unova Flag Bearer. This sync pair has it, and Zekrom does not. Alright, now the 3 passive skills that Reshiram owns are as follows. Extend Range. When a move used by the user's Pokemon that targets itself or an ally is successful, the target becomes all allied sync pairs. So when a move used by the user's Pokemon that targets an opponent is successful, the target becomes all opposing sync pairs. So the power and chance of applying additional effects of moves affected by this passive skill are not lowered, even if there are multiple targets. Now, similarly, both ends have piercing blows, so I don't have to go over this. Mind Games 9 lowers the target's special defense by 1 stat rank when the user's attack move is successful. So every blue flare move you use with Reshiram, the special defense is lowered by 1 stat rank. So because of Extend Range, it would apply to all the opponents. Okay, and so here are the moves. So Truth Will Prevail. Truth Will Prevail is different from Ideals Will Prevail. It applies the move gauge acceleration effect to the allied field of play, raises the user's special attack by 3 stat ranks, and raises the user's accuracy by 1 stat rank. So with N and Zekrom, they have Ideals Will Prevail. They both raise accuracy, however, they both have different effects. One applies the super effective next effect, while this one applies the move gauge acceleration effect. Okay, so that's the difference there. N and Reshiram have Dire Hit Plus, right? So it raises the user's critical hit rate by 2 stat ranks. Zekrom had X Attack, and the two moves, one is an actual attack, the other is more for stat debuffs. One move is called Noble Roar. Noble Roar lowers the target's attack and special attack by 1 stat rank. Blue Flare is its signature move. So it's not Bolt Strike because that belongs to Zekrom. Reshiram has Blue Flare, which has a 20% chance of leaving the target burned. It uses 4 move gauge bars, and the power is 184 damage, special attacking power, with an accuracy of 85 to an opponent. But because of Extend Range, it will actually attack all of the opponents on the field. Alright, so I forgot to mention Noble Roar costs 2 bars whenever you use it. Alright? So that's N and Reshiram. The theme skills notably here are Fire, Unova, Rival, Seasonal Outfit, and Supernatural. So you can see the different theme skills with this Anniversary Sync pair. Alright, this is also, once again, a level 140 max as of now, and a 6-star EX. So both are compared in terms of their stats, passive skills, moves, and theme skills. Alright, so let's take a look at what they are able to do individually in the battle. Alright, so here we are. We're going to take N and Zekrom EX to Battle Challenge Round 2 in the Hearts United. Now, a couple things to note for N and Zekrom, as well as N Anniversary 2021 and Reshiram. Both of them will not have any sync grid tiles, just so that this is fair play and no buffs, or in terms of sync move tiles, no stat buffs are going to be included in this. Of course, theme skills will be included, so just to take note of that. I do have Signature Elisa, Rotom, alright, and I have Skyla and Swanna as well, EX. So let me just make sure I have the tactics correct here. That's okay. Okay, so I'd rather have it attack Signature Elisa first for that look alive. So let's go into battle. Alright, and we're gonna use other moves and go in order regarding the gameplay here. Alright, so let's first start off by using Bolt Strike. I'm gonna use a Take Flight, and I'll use a Breathtaking on Zekrom. Alright, so I used Bolt Strike already, so I'm gonna use Bolt Strike again. Why not? And so you can see that the free move next effect is already there. 825 crit. Use another Take Flight. Use Thunder Shock. Okay. And I'm gonna use another Bolt Strike just to compare once again. Let me heal up. There you go, 825. I'm gonna use a sync buff this time, if you don't mind, and we're gonna compare Bolt Strike as of now to the next Bolt Strike. So I'm gonna do this similarly to Reshiram, you know, for Reshiram as well. Okay, we're gonna get the sync move double buff. Alright, so with the double buff, oh, that was not a crit there, so I'm gonna use Bolt Strike again. Healing up the Rotom. There we go, 1.5k damage. Alright, so we got that crit. I'm gonna use now Ideals Will Prevail. I'm gonna use an X attack here. And then I'm gonna use a Bolt Strike. Following this, I'll use the Sync move from Zekrom. Alright, so let's make sure we gather some of that power and use it against our opponent's Pokemon. So there you go. Again, this is that was like an 800 damage. It's because this is a battle challenge round 2. It's a little more difficult. Alright, I'm gonna use Ideals Will Prevail. Take Flight. I'll use another X attack here. I'm gonna use a potion on Rotom, just because Rotom is getting damaged here, and the Pheromosa used Sync move. Alright, we're gonna Sync move here. We got potion back, so that's quite nice. I'm gonna use it on Zekrom. Now, just so you can see that this is against a non-super effective team, so there's no weakness to electric types. I'm gonna use Outrage now as the other move. Here we go, we have Outrage. I do have Lessen Confusion in this, so... Oh, well, I guess it wouldn't matter actually, because of there's no Sync Tile. Alright, I'm gonna take down the Sceptile first before we take down the Pheromosa. Rotom is gone, but that's okay. I'm gonna use a Sync move now.
Any champion. Let's go.
We still have one more. We use Bolt Strike here. You know, it's funny because I thought I had the Sync Grid tile. That's why I said Lessen Confusion. But it wouldn't really matter because there's no confusion boom added from the sync grid.
It's over.
Alright, so that was basically the gameplay of Zekrom. And let me know, trainers, what you think about him, as well as what's coming up next. Okay, so Anne and Reshiram's turn. Let's bring them out here. This is again an anniversary Master Fair Scout, and we're gonna and this is just a comparison between both Zekrom and Reshiram. So first off, Blue Flare. We use Take Fly, Breathtaking. So notice that it attacks all the Pokemon because of extend range. We're gonna use another Blue Flare again. I did use Breathtaking on Zekrom. Unfortunately, we did excuse me, on Reshiram, but we didn't get it back. I got that one crit on Dusk Noir. So let me use Blue Flare once again here. I'll increase a Zekrom's special attack using special attack all from Lisa. Alright, we're gonna use a sync buff. Use Blue Flare again. Alright. Awesome. This is going really well. I didn't have to use Noble Roar actually in this battle so far. So, and plus the fact that we have that chance of burn is quite nice. We got the lucky flinch there from Swanna. And, you know, Reshiram is doing a great job of just, you know, Blue Flare being that AoE because of extend range is finishing up the battle quite nicely here. So we're gonna use Blue Flare again, and 3.8k damage. I didn't have to worry about going about using Reshiram's sync move here. So that was a fast battle, trainers. So that was Reshiram there, a showcase in comparison to Zekrom. So let me know what you guys think so far between Reshiram and Zekrom. Both of these sync pairs are present in Pokemon Masters. One is available right now, which is Reshiram, and the other is Zekrom, who's not available at this time, but definitely stay tuned whenever the N and Zekrom Pokefair banner drops in the future. Well, thank you so much for watching, trainers. If this video has helped you, don't forget to leave that thumbs up and subscribe for more Pokemon Masters videos and things like this. Alright? Well, thank you so much, and I'll catch you all in the next video.